Hi guys, thanks so much for watching. I'm back in the wicker chair today, so if you hear something making noise, it's definitely that. Today I am back with a video revisiting the RB2140, the original Wayfarer, again, I know, but this time the 54mm size, which I have not featured on this channel since dinosaurs roamed the earth. I think it was 2015 when I did that comparison video between the 50mm and the 54. And I got a lot of comments saying those are astonishing, appalling, and what was the other one? Outrageous or something? I could gauge that they probably didn't mean it in a good way, so back they went. I did feel like they were really large on my face, but I was also wearing them really high on my nose at that time. And I've since looked back at the video a lot and thought, is there a way you can make these work? Because they're seriously alluring and beautiful. I think that they've been a very popular seller. The reviews are really good, and I really trust the Nordstrom reviews, and that's where a lot of people have said how well they go with, they feel like they're wearing something high fashion with just this basic Ray-Ban model. And so I'm really glad that I decided to check these out again. I got them back in February, just now doing a review, but I got them from the Ray-Ban official site. There was a 20% discount sent to my inbox, and it happened to work on them, and I got them for $122, which is a really good deal for the original Wayfarer, and I know they're authentic. So I was really happy with that, but I also had to do a lot of adjustments to make this pair work. They're a very wide set. I had to adjust both the temples and the bridge, and I'll talk about how I did that in the second half of the video if you're curious. But without further ado, let's get going. So basically just gonna show these on my face, talk about a little bit about what I love about them, which I've already kind of told you, and then talk about the adjustments. But okay, we haven't seen this on me in a long time, I know. And back then I had them pushed up quite high, and they were covering my eyebrows, which made it look really weird. But wearing them lower, I feel like, is a much nicer look. The thing with these is, with pretty much anybody's nose, even if you have a narrow bridge, you're still gonna see a shadow or a gap here. And the reason being is these have an 18mm bridge with a 54mm lens. And the original Wayfarer 50mm size has a 20mm bridge. So they actually increased the lens size on this and decreased the bridge, which doesn't make any sense to anybody. We've been there, been to that conversation. So we'll just, you either accept it or you don't. You either want to keep them or you don't. It doesn't, make any sense. I don't know if there was some purpose that they did it this way for, but we will never know. Now that I've adjusted them, they're extremely comfortable, and I feel like I'm getting pretty good coverage except from the top, which, it's because I'm wearing them a little bit lower, but they're not only for protection, they're also a fashion statement. I'd be lying if I said they weren't. Okay, so what I did to adjust these, they were really wide. You can see it's already fairly wide set, and this is after I have really made a lot of adjustments. But it's not so much the bottom of the temples. I adjusted them first to see if that would take care of the whole problem, and it didn't, because they were too wide over here. And I'll put them on real quick and show you. Here, it was so wide that I couldn't even look down without feeling like they were gonna come straight off. And I thought, well, at least if they're kind of hooked behind my ears, they should stay on, but I didn't want to risk it. I don't think that anybody really truly wants to risk it. So I took it to the bridge, and I used a hairdryer. I covered the lenses and protected them, and then concentrated heat onto the bridge, front and back, with a hairdryer that has that thin attachment where air comes out in kind of a thinner strip. And I kept, of course, touching it and gauging it to make sure it wasn't getting too hot, and I just, bent the bridge in. I was really listening for any signs of creaking or squeaking, or for the lenses moving at all. I wasn't about to pop one of them out, but it really was going with the flow. It was given and taken, and we were working together, me and the frame. And I had to adjust it several times, but I did get the bridge to come in and finally close this space here, because that's about all you can do. You can't just, if it's that wide, there's really nothing that you can do besides bringing it at the bridge. So I used hairdryer for the bridge, and then I used slightly hotter than lukewarm water for the temples, and it worked a charm. So very glad about that. Everything on this frame is really nice. I couldn't be more happy with it, and I'm really glad that I've decided to get it back in the collection again, and I'm very excited to have them for years to come. So if you wanted to know my updated thoughts, that's them. If somebody thinks it looks appalling, then from now on I'm just gonna take it as a compliment. Okay, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. see if I could fix it in one, you know, do. They really have a place on your nose. Who would have thought? I'll get to that in a minute. Got them back in February and it's taken me this long to do a review. Okay. Like if I could take, you know, fix